It's not always easy, but it's super rewarding. Basically, I'm working towards a better me, and so by self-care, it's self-betterment. Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Michaela, and today I'm going to share with you how I, as a mom of young kids, a toddler and a 6-month-old to be exact, how I take care of myself so I can take care of them. This is not your typical do your nails and curl your hair. So there are a few tips like that in here. This is a different kind of video. For me to sit down and just make a talking video like this, and so I'm just going to shoot a few clips here and there throughout my day as I think of stuff, and hopefully this makes sense and is all cohesive throughout the whole thing. There's gonna be lots of different shots in here. The toddler is going to be in the background. I'm not here to tell you guys what to do, I'm just gonna tell you what I do. Let me know in the comments down below what self-care means to you. Self-care to me means taking care of myself so I can better take care of my family, my house, my car, just be a better stewardess of my time and my people. So I have a toddler. She's 2 going on 2.5. She's right back here. Cassidy, say hi. And then I have a 6-month-old baby boy. His name is Jesse. Hi there. I don't always get time for myself, but lately I've been realizing that I've been pushing myself aside, and that makes my day and then therefore everyone else's day not go quite as smoothly as it should. Sometimes we get lost in all the diaper changes and the cries for help, and we kind of lose ourselves in that, and it's hard to kind of pull yourself out of that. So lately I've been trying to pull myself out of that, not disregard my kids or ignore them, but take care of myself so that I can take better care of them. First things first, I've been trying to take care of myself in the mornings. You should always start your day with something that you love. For me, this means coffee, usually lots of coffee, something to help me feel better, my vitamins, and water, and then music. Music always sets the tone for my day. No matter what I'm feeling, I can just click play, and it helps me just tackle my day better than anything else could. Not gonna lie, I'm a better person when I have an environment around me that I love. Not worrying about breakfast too much, just kind of doing some easy meals, some cereal bars for this one maybe, some easy things to fix for my husband, and then after he's off to work, I will sip my cup of coffee and wash my face, maybe put on a little makeup I did this morning, and wear some comfortable clothes. For a little while I was worried about fashion, and I'm a stay-at-home mom, so I'm not sure why I was worried about fashion. I wanted to look cute if someone was to stop by, and nobody ever stopped by, so I just decided to stop worrying about that too much. I look decent and respectable, I feel like, but I just worry about what's comfortable and what's functional. So I end up wearing a uniform pretty much of jean shorts or jeans, long jeans, and a comfortable loose t-shirt. I'm not worried about wearing a small t-shirt or wearing a cute t-shirt or something. This is my husband's t-shirt that I'm in right now. I'm just worried about being comfortable. The next thing is skincare. For me, skincare is starting to become a little more important to me. But I didn't want it to be like a full 2-hour morning routine where I couldn't do anything else because I had a mask on my face. I couldn't talk because I had this or that on my face. Skincare for me has just become taking a few minutes in the morning to wash my face the way I know I should, really thoroughly, and just kind of massaging my face and everything, and then using some toner. I really like pore reducing toner, because I feel like it leaves me with less acne. It's not too drying, but it's not too moisturizing because I have mixed texture in my skin. I'm part oily, part dry. And then I've been using a really nice, but a little bit more on the expensive side moisturizer, because I've been realizing that I wasn't really taking good care of my skin, so I can use some cheap products, but then sometimes I like to use a little bit more expensive because I feel like they're a little bit more worthwhile. The next thing I've started doing is just paying a little bit more attention to my hair. I know it doesn't seem like it, but I've started washing and conditioning and drying it in different ways than I was. I've started washing it less often, so it actually needs washed less often, and it's better for your hair. I guess I condition it in the same way, but sometimes I leave it on a little longer so it makes my hair just a little bit softer. And sometimes I even use a vinegar rinse, so you can look that up anywhere. It makes your hair really, really clean and soft feeling. And if there's a buildup in my hair, I use a little bit of baking soda in my shampoo. I feel like that's the cleanest clean you could ever get, is using baking soda in your shampoo, especially if you've done a leave-in conditioner, especially like a coconut oil or something like that that's really heavy and doesn't always wash out all the way. And that's another thing. I've been doing coconut oil leave-in conditioning treatments in my hair. I feel like it works really, really good, at least for my hair type. I've kind of got medium length, medium thickness hair, so I've pretty much average, I would say, and it works really good. I just can't always get it washed out really well, and so I use the baking soda whenever that happens. I've been letting my hair air dry instead of using heat on it all the time unless I need to. I feel like it's a lot healthier for my hair, and it's a lot easier to deal with after you wait about a month. I feel like after that you're more used to it. You know what your hair is going to do if you wash it at night versus in the morning, or if you let it dry in a towel versus a t-shirt versus air alone. And so I feel like that's, for me, that is self-care, because that's paying attention to how my hair and how my skin does, and just focusing a little bit more on myself rather than rushing through stuff and not really paying too much attention. Those are ways that I can self-care while also caring for my family, because those are things that I would normally do all the time. I'm just doing them better and paying more attention to myself. What else have I been doing lately? Since starting the YouTube channel, I had been slacking off on my dieting, which I'm not really super dieting because I'm still nursing a baby. He's only 6 months old. I don't want to lose my supply right now by doing something silly like cutting out all carbs or something like that. And so I've been trying to diet a little bit by cutting out things that I know will put weight on me, like things like bread and noodles and stuff like that, and just trying to eat healthier. And for me, that is self-care as well, because I see a difference in my body and in my skin, even in my hair sometimes, and in my general attitude and my, honestly, in my character, because when I eat better, I don't need as much sleep. When I don't need as much sleep, I am much happier during the day. I'm not as cranky, and I deal with my kids in a much different way. And so I feel like whenever I eat right, that's the start of everything. I've been ensuring to take my vitamins. I'll show you guys what I take. In the morning, I take 2 of these omega type vitamins. They get the good kind of oils in you, as well as these 2 fish oils. Right now I'm nursing, so I feel like I need a little extra hydration for my skin and my hair. These 2 are, those are the minerals. These are my vitamin A and D and things like that, and well, these 2 are. And then this one is for my digestion. This one is my magnesium and calcium. Those help me feel so great during the day. I actually have another one that's my probiotic that I'm actually out of right now, but I do take a probiotic as well. Those vitamins, if I don't take them for a few days, I don't notice as much, but then once I get back on them, I remember and I realized for the last few days that I hadn't been taking them, I was awful. I was a crank. I was just not in a good mood. I couldn't sleep good. Another self-care thing that I've been doing is trying my hardest to work out just a little bit each day. My son's only 6 months old, and so I haven't really worked out a whole lot in the last 6 months. Well, since I got pregnant with him. I've done lots and lots of walking, and about a month ago I ran for a week or 2 off and on days, but I'm not really consistent with the running because I love running. It's just really hard for me to get into it. I used to run all the time. It's just really, really hard to start getting into working out. And so that's still my issue. It's still hard to start. I mean, I could have tons of free time and it would still be hard to get the motivation to just go ahead and start. I'm the type of person that I really need some accountability, but I don't really have the ability to have the accountability right now. So I am my own accountability. I know if I don't get down on the floor and do some workouts, that I'm never gonna tone. I know I'm still healing from having my son. And so I'm trying to just do a little bit of workout, especially if they're both napping. That's part of my me time sometimes. Or if they're happy and playing on the floor, I can work out right next to them. So that actually does work out a lot, is when they're happy and playing on the floor. Like, they think that I'm just playing with them when I'm down there with them on the floor. I feel like nap time was invented for mothers and children alike. Utilize this time. For heaven's sake, just do it. During the kids' nap time, if I can get them to nap together, then I will take a few minutes for myself. Normally they'll nap at least an hour together, and so that's an hour for me. You should never feel guilty for taking a few minutes for yourself if it's right timing. I can just put on some music or write some in my journal or something like that, and just have a few minutes to kind of calm myself if I need it, or recollect if I need it, or just have some quiet time where I don't have to worry about someone needing something usually. If I can't get the kids to nap together, then I try and grow my relationship with the one that's awake while the other one's sleeping. So if my toddler was to go to sleep but the baby had already slept or something and he was still awake, then I just try and snuggle with the one that's awake and try and just kind of connect with them on a more personal level rather than just like being the mom all the time. I find it's partly self-care, and I feel like it's partly just a good thing to do in general. Just reconnect with your kids on a more personal, one-on-one level. I feel like it helps them and it helps you just kind of be more in love with them. As far as mother-daughter relationship, every time I get myself ready, I will try and make a little time for my daughter to get her ready for the day. And so she sees me taking care of myself and taking care of her. And so that'll be a good model for her later on in life, so she can better take care of herself and eventually maybe even her kids. Where am I going with this? With each kid,
time goes
just a little bit faster.
so when you can spend quality time with them, then that's the best thing that you could possibly do. I can't believe my baby is already 6 months old. Time just has flown by, especially with number 2. I've always been just as bad at reading the Bible and praying, honestly, as I have been about working out. It's so much easier for me when there's accountability, when I have a Bible study group or something like that. But I am my own accountability right now, even with reading my Bible and praying. But I feel like the closer I get to God, the better person I am, because He is bettering me. And so that's a huge part of my self-care, is praying and seeking God and having Him in your life. Because He's always going to be there for you, but He's not going to be pushy. You have to be accepting and open to Him. It's hard to let someone in sometimes, but if you let God in, it's easier to let other people in. You've also got to be spending time doing the things that you love with people that you love. Right now it's a quarantine, but it's not always going to be. And so sometimes you just gotta take some time for yourself with some other people, especially your husband. He's a person that helped you become a mother, and so he can also help you stay sane while you're a mother. Don't be afraid to get a babysitter and invest a little bit on time alone with your husband. Keeping your house clean is another way of self-care, for me anyways. Sometimes cleaning up and feeling like I have a handle on things is self-care enough for an afternoon or something when I can't actually sit down and take some time for myself. You should never feel guilty for taking a few minutes for yourself if it's right timing. If I need to clean and I get it done and the house feels great, then I feel great. Getting to bed when the kids get to bed, maybe not like as soon, but shortly thereafter, is part of my self-care routine. And I'm not even kidding, because some nights, you know you're exhausted. You know if you stay up cleaning, then you're not going to get the sleep that you need. So sometimes if you just go to bed when you can instead of staying up and cleaning, that's some of the best self-care that you can ever get. It's called beauty sleep for a reason, you guys. It's needed sleep. Needed for your sanity, needed for everyone else's sanity. Sometimes getting a bath on a Saturday night, relaxing for 20 minutes to an hour, reading a good book, listening to some music, just breathing. Breathing is nice, isn't it? Breathing without little sounds of motherhood in your ears. This is actually really hard for me to admit, but I really struggle with being selfish about things and expecting things from people. And so I find if I have time to really think out my thoughts, and I guess you could call it meditate, that's not really what I think of it as. It's just time to kind of breathe for me. Whenever I have that time, I have time to focus on what I'm actually feeling, what I'm truly wanting from the situation that I'm thinking about, and I have a better angle on it rather than just going in blind and barking out orders or expecting things and then realizing later that I was unrealistic and needing to apologize to people, even my 2-year-old. It's good to apologize to your kids if you were in the wrong. They'll see that and they'll model that. We all know the golden rule, do unto others as you would have them do unto you, and so sometimes self-care is actually taking care of others and being selfless. If you take care of others, they're more likely to help take care of you, and if nothing else, they're more likely to just be in a better mood, especially toddlers and husbands. Self-care can sometimes mean turning off your phone or blocking certain numbers, if you know what I mean, because there's just certain people that you don't want to hear from while you're trying to take care of yourself. This might be old hat to some of you, and I might not be telling you anything, but hopefully I'm reminding you of a few things that might just help you out and refresh you. I feel like I'm reminding myself more than anything by doing this video. My last self-care tip, I suppose, is essential oils. Throughout the day, I've been using citrus oils in my diffusers. It kind of ramps up the mood when you walk into a room, just like a candle or anything else would, or like a little wax melt. It just helps you feel the mood that you need to feel. And so citrus oils are very energizing. I feel like they lift up the mood whether you realize it or not. Lavender on your feet and on the back of your neck at night. I just wanted to say I'm not trying to brag about my free time or anything like that. I don't want to boss anyone around. I just wanted to show you guys what I've been trying to apply to my own life. In the end, self-care as a mom is hard for several reasons. 1 is time. You never have enough of it. 2, it's really hard not to feel selfish. At least if it's not good timing. You should never feel guilty for taking a few minutes for yourself if it's right timing. And so those kind of play on each other. If you don't have enough time, but you take it anyways, you tend to feel a little bit selfish. If you do have the time and you take it for yourself, you still feel selfish sometimes because you feel like, oh, there's so many things I could be doing other than this. Excuse me. Or you think maybe I should be playing with my daughter instead of taking the time for myself. But in the long run, it's going to work out for the best. As long as you're not taking extreme amounts of time, ignoring your kids, self-care is a good thing because the better you take care of yourself, the more you focus on what God wants for you, the better you're going to be able to take care of your whole entire family. Bye, Cassidy. Bye. Bye. See you later. See ya. She really left me. There she is. Hey. Well, I hear the baby waking up, so it's time to cut this video off. Thanks for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this, toddler and motherhood videos, and I will see you in the next one. I just want to encourage all you moms out there and say thank you. Keep on doing what you're doing.